Well, hello everyone and welcome to this week's PTC Talks session, where we are honored today by having Wojciech from Transition Technologies for a session on how the ThingWorx IoT solution increased productivity at Haarslev. But first, a quick introduction about myself. And my name is Torbjörn Peterson, and I'm the Alliance Manager for PTC in the Nordics, and we are running these webinars on a weekly basis on Fridays at the same time. But we normally invite them in customers and partners and organizations for some inspiration on digital transformation to see what is possible and how to make things happen. And all the past webinars have also been recorded and are to be found on the registration site. And the agenda for today is first a quick overview of PTC by my colleague Carl from the customer success team. And then Wojciech will start by introducing himself, touch base on a few challenges and how to address these, and then explain some of the business outcomes. And at the end, we are also having a Q&A session, so please keep your questions to the end or put them in the Q&A chat in the Teams meeting, and we will pick them up later. So now over to you, Carl.
Thanks, Tobbe. So PTC is an international software company with headquarters based in Boston. We are developing software mainly for a manufacturing company since 1985. We offer tools for the digital transformation, such as CAD for design, PLM for managing data, IoT to connect products or manufacturing operations, and augmented reality to visualize and interact with the digital thread. To you, Wojciech.
Okay, so thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Wojciech Damiński. I'm Senior Product Manager in Transition Technology PSC, and I'm glad to be with you today and to speak about Haarslev digital transformation journeys and how we are cooperate together and what's going on. So please let me start from introduction of the company, like that you will be more familiar with Transition Technology PSC. So we are a global solution integrator. We have office across the globe, a lot of office across the globe, and almost 20 years of experience with IoT solutions. Our areas of services, it's started from Internet of Things, yes, and Industry 4.0 through product lifecycle management, cloud solutions, software engineering, etc., etc. So I think we are covering all of the relevant areas in the IT. What's more, we are growing up all the time. This year we will finish with about 1,000 specialists on the board in the team. So for me it's really nice. And also it's really nice that we are partners of PTC that cooperate from also almost 18 years. Additionally, with Rockwell Automation, Atlassian, Microsoft, and others companies. So we are preparing solution a lot of times together, and it's really nice to do it. You know? Come on. Next, what is important for us, like a transition technology, that we achieve advanced partner certification in PTC, which in ThingWorx and Vuforia in last year, May 2021. It's also what I wanted to mention about, because it's for us like a company, it's really important that we have good cooperation, good long tradition with PTC, good cooperation, which and because of that we received that certification last year. So we are working with Winchi, ThingWorx, Vuforia, and other solutions. Yes, we can deliver them. But that's all. That's all about introduction. Not long introduction, because I want to tell you more about the Haarslev and how it was, what was the project background, what we did, how it finished, and how we proceed with what we already delivered for Haarslev. So some few words about Haarslev. Haarslev is a global company. It's market leader in not only design and manufacturing and installing, but also servicing the solution for processing byproducts. I mean, in the main areas, it's meat processing, poultry processing, and fish processing. Yes, so that byproducts, it's really relevant nowadays, especially nowadays. Yes, so it means zero waste from the products, and Haarslev take care about it to leading their customers for zero waste from the products. And their headquarters are located in Denmark, and they are global companies, so offices and production plants are located across the globe. The same with their customers. So Haarslev customers that are located across the globe. So we are speaking here about the global topic, global solution, which Haarslev needed. It's not locally for one region, for one country. We had to look for global solution. And what we want the first main thought for Haarslev is that they need the unified reporting system as for their customers, for themselves, but also for mostly for their customers. And like that, they decided to develop customer-oriented digital solution. What it means? It means that customer-oriented digital solution is based on new reporting system with key KPIs, so quality, energy consumption. Energy consumption, we know everybody that it's a really important topic nowadays, especially nowadays. Of course, processing and other specified production KPIs because they need it. How it started? Haarslev contact Rockwell Automation and later Transmission Technology, and together with Rockwell Automation, we could cooperate with Haarslev and find the hidden business challenges on the beginning and business needs also, because the first one was known from the beginning, but during cooperation we could write down and specify also hidden business needs. It was really good cooperation on the beginning. Later, Transition Technology had the pleasure to guide Haarslev in the implementation and deployment the solution. It was really nice. And for you to be more familiar what we did and how it started also, I will speak now about business challenges, business needs defined during our discussion, but also by Haarslev alone, yes, before we also started the project. So first one, it was, of course, maybe not of course, but it was increased efficiency through introducing KPIs, yes, key KPIs, and visibility of that KPI, because it's also important. We are speaking here, I will remind it about quality, energy consumption, and processing. So we needed some kind of dashboard with main KPIs. Later, what is important, it's also, we are speaking here about live data, so real-time data and historical data. Yes, Haarslev and Haarslev customers, they wanted to compare data. So it's not only monitoring, but also checking data, historical data, and analyzing them, what we can do with them in the future. Of course, we are speaking here about reduce the decision-making process time, because it's important for every company. A lot of times we have troubles, issue with that decision-making process because it's took too long for everybody. Yes, we have a lot of emails, I don't know, a lot of systems, etc. But it's general issue, in my opinion. So of course we have that issue also here, has to have that issue also here. But also what is important, Haarslev wanted to create the solution what will be valuable and will bring profits for them, for the customers across the globe. So we are speaking here about production data for customer X, which is allocated in one place of globe, but also for production data for another customer, which is allocated in another part of the globe. And about the structure inside the customers. So the structure inside the customers is like that, of course, the plants for one customer then also can be allocated across the globe. We are speaking here not only about one plant, yes, but several plants inside the whole group of one customer. So we are speaking here about the global solution. And it's always relevant, important, and not easy to solve the issue as topic, that globalization. But as I mentioned, not only for one customer, but for everybody. Once more, the solution which will be implemented should be easy to add new feature in the add new features afterwards. Yes, so it should be prepared like that we will be able to develop it in the future, to add new features, to scale the solution, etc. So it should be the IoT platform. And next, relevant topic, really relevant, it's highest level of IT security and data protection, because we are speaking about the needs that we have a lot of customers connected to the platform, but every customers can see only own data, yes, only live data and historical data, but only for only for themselves, not for others. Okay, and this is how looks the needs, and now challenges. What challenges we need before we started to think about the solution? I think that, of course, we are speaking here about several communication protocols between the system and PLC controllers, because every component, every machines, they can have different PLC controllers. So it means that we also have a lot of communication protocols. Yes, so we must connect a lot of different type of machines, a lot of different type of communication protocols to one system, to one IoT platform, and for every kind of customers. It was our challenges. What's more, and I think it's always for global solution. And in my opinion, it's always a problem that we are speaking here also about different shift configuration, production shift configuration for every kind of customer, but also inside the customer for every kind of the client. For every client, we can have different configuration of the shift production and also different time zones. So the solution should address that issue. Yes, that should be ready to show proper data for every shift configuration and for every different time zones. Yes, it was our challenges. What's more, at the end, the solution should also bring value by adding new lines, machines, or even new customers easily to the solution. And so like that, we would be able to, if new customer will occur or old customer will add new machine to the lines or new lines, production lines, it will be easy to add them to the system. Yes, to see at the end the live data and critical data from that added machines, or new customers will see their own data. It was our business needs and our business challenges. And answer for that business need and challenges, it was, of course, ThingWorx, like the platform, but not only ThingWorx. We implemented IoT platform ThingWorx, and it's hosted on PTC Cloud. Really important, it's hosted on the cloud. What's more, we were using SCPA, so Smart Connected Product Accelerator. yes, to receive for fastest development, for standardization, for to receive easy templates, yes. So except the ThingWorx IoT platform, we deployed also a CPA add-on. So Smart Connected Projects Accelerator. What's more, for connectivity, we use Kepler solution because like that was able to connect every kind of machines, every kind of PLC controller, and work with every kind of communication protocol. And what is also important, that what was not covered by a CPA add-on for ThingWorx, we covered it by customization. Yes, so specific requirements which Haarslev had for us, and what is not covered by out-of-the-box SCPA add-on, we just work with that requirements and prepare some custom dashboards for the Haarslev. Like that, we could meet the business goals all together. And what is important also, we implemented customer ready-to-use templates. Yes, so now the solution is ready to and configure, but ready to add new customers, and really, how to say it, it's really not, it's only configuration to add new customers. It's now only the configuration. It won't take too much time for new customers to be connected to the platform and receive the live data and historical data. So receive the relevant KPIs only for them, just let's say immediately, yes, after connection to the system and configuration. The same is for new line and new machine for customers which are already connected. Yes, if somebody is already connected, it's not a problem. If they would like to increase their production lines, increase their numbers of machines, and they would like to connect the machines to the system, it's also not a problem. And they will receive the live and historical data about the quality, energy consumption, and other specific production KPIs. So they will receive it just like that, just after connection. Okay, so I think that's all about the solution, how we did it very happily. And now business outcome and next steps, because of course it's the most important, how it's finished. So thanks to good cooperation with Haarslev, yes, and because we cooperate really closely together, it's bring us to that business outcome. So not only about reducing time needing to search and check information, because it's always relevant and important for every kind of company, yes. But and the same is with making data-driven decision. Because of that solution, of course, every customer's Haarslev and their customers can receive the data which are important for them, and like that they can make decision, which is data-driven decision, not because of the imagination. Something it's like that. And of course, it's about the bottlenecks detection and analysis the process. But what is, in my opinion, the most important, like that, every kind of customer and Haarslev, now they are able to make comparison between current and historical KPIs. It's the first important things, but also they can make comparison between the plants. Yes, so it doesn't matter where the plants is allocated for the customers. They can check data from machine number 1, which is allocated, example, I don't know, in Europe, and you can check and analyze the data from machine which is allocated in another place, example in North America. Doesn't matter. So that benchmarking here is really important, because like that, it's much easier to make decision about the improvement. And it's not only about it, it's only about the possibility to compare production efficiency across different production plants. Yes. And it's also about definition, and measurement. So like that, it's much easier to define where the area which should be put on the list to be improved. It's easier to measure, to receive the real measurements across the globe. Yes. And later, and after that, measurements, take actions with continuous improvement objectives. But now it's much easier. It's always, in my opinion, it's issue always in there across the globe to receive it. So this is really, really great something, and really good add value for everybody. And what will be our next steps? Maybe not our Haarslev next step. Now Haarslev is entering the phase of assessment and evaluation of implemented solution, as they are checking with their customers how it's working, if it's working fine. And yes, it's working fine, but it's not all. I can't tell you the even gross number now, how it's look with the save time of money. But the most important that because of the feedback from the customer, it's really good solution, and everybody's happy from that. Haarslev has plans to expand the current solution, and they want to introducing new features to the product roadmap. Like example, what is really also important, and sometimes we forget about it, like UX UI enhancement. Yes, and of course, it's not only about UX UI enhancement, but also about new functionality. So they will be developing, they will be adding to the roadmap, and it's really big pleasure for me, because PTPC will continue to support Haarslev in that journey, digital transformation journey. We had really good cooperation, and we'll be cooperating together still. And it's something what is great, because with great specialists and good cooperation, we can achieve really good results. We can bring good business value, but not only, you can just, for me, it's related with really good business value, good design, positive energy, and it's equal to happiness for everybody. So thank you very much. That's all from my side. And if you would like to contact us, or I won't be able to answer your question now, just please write to me. Yes, if not to me, please, if you want to hear more about the company, please write to Filip Kolasa. He's the business development manager in Production Technology. And that's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Wojciech, for a fantastic overview of this interesting customer reference case. And as I said, now over to the Q&A session. So any questions you might have, just raise your hand, or you could put it in the chat as well. So let's see. Otherwise, I have a question for you. I think, it was very, very interesting, to hear something, from a real case here. So in your opinion, what are the biggest challenges of, getting started by any kind of, digitalization product, and who should get involved, and, in what specific use case should you, normally start? What's your experience on that?
Okay. So of course depends from the business needs and from the company, but generally every company, they should start from defining their business needs, like real define, not to how they think that they are, but just sit down, make a pause, think about the strategy, think about where they would like to be for 3 years. Of course, it's not easy to define that business needs, in my opinion. So if they need, they should start from internal discussion. Later, they should ask some specialists from IoT, like we are. Later, we can sit together and of course speak about business needs, maybe find hidden needs because they are always there. Always it's hidden needs somewhere, yes, under the ground. So the time for decision, the time for defining needs, defining the specific needs is really important, yes, and that's later, of course, we have the phase measurement, and from measurement we can go to the management phase. It won't be a problem, but the beginning to just sit down and think a little and ask specialists to work together, it's really important from the beginning. So we are speaking about internal discussion in the company, but also later to provide some kind of specialists. If we are speaking about IoT area, of course, it will be IoT specialist, solution architect, some kind of business analytics, etc. to specify and define real business needs, even that hidden.
Thanks for the good answer. A little bit, linked to that, what are the changes, you have seen lately, based on, what's going on in the market overall, in terms of, what are the most important, KPIs, for organizations nowadays? Have you seen any shift in that way, or, what's your that?
With KPIs, it's always the issue because KPIs, let's say you have general KPIs for everybody, like you can speak about here big buzzwords like quality, energy consumption, etc. But true is that at the end we always must focus on the details. Yes, so for every kind of company, that details will be significant. So how they are counting the KPIs, not which KPIs, but how they are counting it, what is relevant, etc. So everybody should focus at the end on that details. And of course, because of time which we have now, everybody should focus not only about the KPIs, about efficiency, but also about energy consumption. And this will be two biggest challenges, I think, during the next few years.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. We have a question also from Barney, and he's questioning a little bit about what's your experience in terms of strategy for implementing your solutions? Do you run this through an agile or lean methodology, for instance? What's your point?
Okay, so yes, it also depends, but agile methodology, of course, it's for this topic. First, we define everything. So we sit down together with local automation, with Haarslev, and it's not pure agile or pure lean. You must start, it's mixed both, yes? So to define the business needs and everything from the beginning, internally in the company, it was, and you need the lean methodology, yes, or Sigma methodology, to sit down and define that business needs. Later, you can invite the company like we, and we can help you to translate that business needs to the solution. But not of course not only. We can also advise you, yes, with the experience. And later you can proceed with example agile methodology to deliver the solution, which will meet the business goal. Because without agile solution, of course, it's really hard to deliver to meet the business goal. Yes, because we always must remember that at the end, it's not only about the delivery, but at the end of every kind of solution, we must meet the business goal. So we must remember about that beginning, and we can start from the methodology, and through developing, we will come to agile methodology and deliver the solution like at the end to meet the business goals.
All right, thanks. We have one quick additional question, and that is from Marcelo. He's having a question regarding, What about the IoT network? I mean, what are you using? LoRa or PLC SCADA plus Kepware?
Yeah, I don't know if I understand the question in a good way.
Yeah.
But yes, we use Kepler. Yes, because Kepler for us it was working really good with every kind of the solution. I mean, with every kind of protocol. So communicating, we could communicate with every type of PLC controllers, with every kind of machines, and of course, Kepler is working really good with ThingWorx. Yes, so it was really easy to develop the solution like that.
Right. Time is actually unfortunately running out. So many thanks everyone for joining this specific session. And of course, special thanks to you, Wojciech. So with that, I wish you all a fantastic weekend and hope to see you next week already. And if you have any specific more questions, please, don't hesitate to reach out to Wojciech directly and ask him any questions you might have. So you have the contact details in the presentation here, and you will be having the presentation later on as well. So with that, thank you everyone. Have a good weekend.